Hey everyone, so this next video is to try to give you a visual of negative and positive feedback. They have some graphs, you can find them online, so on and so forth, but I figured I'd just give you this option to watch this and get a better idea of what they look like on a graph. Some people like to hear it, other people like to see what it means. So for example, the first one here will be negative feedback, and I'm going to toss a little sticky up here, right, for blue. So this is negative feedback. And it didn't do anything nice. Next will be positive. So if you want to skip over this, like these next 10 seconds, you're welcome to. And then you get this video. So with that said, here are two feedbacks. Let's check out negative feedback first. Negative feedback. As mentioned, there is a set point. That is where your body wants to be. It's generically set because what are we talking about? Is it the set point for body temperature or the set point for blood sugar? Those are two completely different numbers and completely different units, right? One of them has to do with temperature. The other one has to do with units of sugar in your blood. All right. So with that said, that's what we call a set point. It's just the middle. A negative feedback loop is when, let's say, your body increases too high. Your body's going to do something to bring it back to normal. As mentioned, let's say body temperature. If it gets too high, your body will do things like sweat, right? It'll dilate your blood vessels, right? And that'll help you lower your body temperature. But if it goes too low, maybe you go outside, right, in the snow. Now your body's got to do something else, right? Detect it and then do something in the body to warm you back up, bring you back to normal. That is negative feedback loop. Your goal is to be here at all times, right in the middle. Positive feedback loops, a little different. Okay, in a positive feedback loop, let's say something like childbirth, you have a set point. All right, let's go with the uterine wall. All right, inside of your body, right inside the uterus. Even if you've never given birth, you can hopefully understand where this is coming from. If you have something inside of you, right, and you want to push it out, you're going from 0 contractions, right, normal, just hanging out, right, but it's going to start to increase. If that's not enough to push the baby out, your body's going to send even more signals to amplify it to do even more contractions, more powerful, right, and more frequent contractions. And it's going to continue to do that until eventually you hit your peak and the baby comes out. Once the baby comes out, here's a circle for when the baby came out. Once that baby comes out, it's not like perfect like this. It's not like you're just going to jump right back to 0. But the idea is you're going to go back to normal. You're going to stop, right? It may not be right now, right? But it's going to go back to normal and you're going to stop having contractions. I'm just going to take a guess here. If you ask any woman who's delivered a child, it's fair to say that they are not having contractions to this day because they gave birth. All right, so that's the point. For those of you who've never given birth to a baby, and who will not, consider instead of pregnancy, go with one of the other P's, right? Pooping, right? Clearly not the same thing, but it's the same idea of a positive feedback loop. Continue to amplify a signal until you hit your point, then you'll go back to normal. All right. If you have any questions on these, please let me know.